Hi everybody, Emilie Chamel here for Pink Fresh Studio, and today I'm super excited to introduce you to this new layout that I've created. I used several of the inks, as you can see, to create the background. I had already pre-gessoed my page of white cardstock. And then I went to town with all the ink. I wanted to create a green background that was more in a turquoise kind of shade, because it goes so well with the new Christmas collection. And yeah, so I mixed several of the inks and I went at it again and again, and it created almost like a tree background for my bubbles. I've been really loving the look of layout created with bubbles, but it's something that I've always struggled to create and get my head around. So I thought if I can create like almost a tree background for my bubbles to rest on, it would help. So that's what I did. I then used a compass to cut a circle, to trace a circle around my photograph. I wanted my photograph to be part of the bubble display, and yeah, I traced a circle around my photograph and then I cut it out. And now I'm playing with all the placement of the beautiful bubbles, again from the Christmas collection, and I just love them. They look like little sweet candy cane, and it's just so cute and beautiful. And I went around and placed them around my layout just to make sure that, you know, I was happy with where they fell, with my background, with my photo, that I felt it was balanced. And when all that was done, I simply mounted them on double-sided sticky foam pad just to add some volume. And yeah, some of them have 2 layers, some of them have just the one, and there's even some parts where I think we've got 3 layers of sticky foam pads, so you can really add some serious dimension onto your layout with them. I also sticky foam padded my photo, as you can see, to give it some raise. Some of the bubbles were stuck directly to the background, but most of them were raised. And once I apply my photo and it's in place and I'm happy with where it falls, I just carry on with the rest of my bubbles. Once all my bubbles were in place, I went with a little bit of baker's twine to add the look of the string on the bubbles like you would have on your tree. I wanted the bubbles to fall from the top of my layout, and all I did is I just threaded it. I put a little bit of glue on one end, which I secured with some of the sticky foam pad that were underneath the bubbles, and then I just pulled it to the top and I secured it on the back of the layout. The rest of it, they're fairly free on top of the layout, but other than that, it's very secure still and it won't go anywhere. And force the fact that my photo with the bubbles, I decided to reproduce the top of the bubbles like on the pattern paper, and I cut out a little rectangular circle, just lightly drew it on the back, and then I refined it once it was cut, and then I placed it with a little bit of glue. it really helps to make it all look cohesive and it all make it work together beautifully. And it reinforces even more the fact that that photo is part of the bubble display. I decided then to look at the title for my layout. I loved the huge word joy and love, and decided to go with these, even though I'm going through all the ephemeras. That's something I always do when I do a layout. I go through every single one of my ephemeras, I go through every single one of my options, and yeah, I just go from there, look what I've got. But you'll see I go with the love and joy title. Once I finally made my mind up on the love and joy title, I went for the gorgeous red alphas from this collection, and I just love it. I think it's one of the best parts from the Holiday Magic collection, and I've hardly used them, but I was dying to use them, but I didn't know how. And I know it's just a little tiny word, but I love that red, and it works so well with my photograph, and it just added just what I needed to make this title make sense and to make it complete. And then I place everything again with double-sided sticky foam pad around my layout just to keep that dimension going. So by this point I love where this layout is going, but I still feel it needs a little bit more detail, so I go for the puffy stickers, pull out all the florals, branches, leaves, and add them as details to my bubbles. I also add the puffy stars, and just go around and add some more details. I then decide to bring it all up with the golden beads, and I just love these. These are my new go-to little embellishment. They just finish off any card or layout that you might have in the work. So I'm placing them around. I've just had a little tiny bit, a little tiny dot of glue, and it just secures it perfectly. Doesn't move, doesn't go anywhere, and fairly safe around your layout, and everything will be just fine and not moving at all. So once that is done, put it all away, making sure that we don't lose any, because these little things are precious. And once that's done, I want it to add a little bit more details, and I love those little word strip that you can glue on from the sticker collection. And there it is. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and this process, and I hope you check out all the products. These are absolutely stunning and a real pleasure to work with. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope to see you soon again. Bye!